Welcome to Arirang Radio.
If you are in Jeju,
88.7 in Jeju City.
88.1 in Seogwipo City.
101.9 in the Daejeong area.
Arirang Radio.
Starting out with its premiere in December of the year 2000, a good 21 years ago, the musical Chicago celebrated its 21st anniversary in Korea this year with 1,146 cumulative performances and a 90% average audience capacity. The musical Chicago team, which is preparing for the hottest stage in the world, has been kind enough to drop by to Daily K. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming in. I hear you've got practices later on this afternoon.
Yes.
We're eating into your schedule. I hope we don't ruin the show. Could you guys introduce yourselves to the listeners out there?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Peter. Thanks for having us here today. Mm-hmm. My name is Tania Nardini. I'm a Brazilian director, and I'm associate director for international productions of Chicago the Musical since 2007.
Oh, a long time then.
Yes.
Wow, just the Chicago musical you've been focusing on since 2007?
No, I do a lot of other stuff in Brazil, but internationally, only Chicago the Musical.
Fantastic.
And 2007 was my first international production. It was here in Korea.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you've got a history with us. That's
Yes.
fantastic. Well, thanks for joining us, Tanya.
Thank you.
And the gentleman sitting over there, we have had you in the studio before, and I'm sure many of our listeners will remember thanks to your amazing singing that day. But for anyone who's tuning in new, maybe a new introduction.
Good morning, listeners and viewers of Daily K today. My name is Choi Jae Rim. I'm playing Billy Flynn in Chicago, who is the golden mouth, the prince of the courtroom, the famous lawyer, the best lawyer in Illinois, Chicago. Thank you.
I think we have some listeners from Illinois, if I'm not mistaken. Please do get in touch. And Tredim, you were with us for the musical Matilda. That was, what, a couple of years ago?
That was actually 2018, if I'm remembering it correct.
Oh, wow. Yes, it was a long while ago. And it's lovely to have you back in the studio in a different
role. Thank you for having me back
as well.
again.
Your hair is much shorter than it was before. But I'm sure your voice is just as good.
Yeah.
And I love that you've got a Chicago logoed mask as
yes.
well. That's fantastic. Are those produced like for productions around the world? Tanya?
No,
it's a Korean thing?
This is actually a gift from our another principal, Choi Jung-won, who's the lead role Velma Kelly in the show. Her friend was kind enough to make this especially this mask for all the cast and all the staff for the show.
Brilliant. I want to be on the cast now.
Just to have the mask.
Yes, absolutely. So Tanya, first to you with a question then. You began your international kind of directing career here in Korea,
yes.
which is quite confusing, your career in Korea, in 2007 with Chicago.
Yes.
And then you're back in Korea following a stint here in 2018?
Yes.
Was that also for Chicago?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So has the atmosphere and vibe changed a lot since then? You know, we're dominated by COVID, so is it different?
Yeah, I think the vibe all over the world is different right now. Everybody's more afraid and everybody's more distanced.
Yeah.
But I think one of the most amazing things that I think about Korean people in general is the Korean people are very welcoming and very warm, and that didn't change.
Oh, yeah.
So I still feel very welcome here in Korea, and, you know, not only with actors, which, you know, you work every day, but everywhere.
Sure.
So that, for me, was a relief. You know, when you travel, like me, I traveled from Brazil here, I was a bit concerned maybe I will find a more distanced people, but no. Yes, we are all respecting all the rules and everything, but you see warm eyes and welcoming people. So this is really Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, you're right, because we've got to stick to the rules, but then people can choose whether to be warm, like emotionally, and we haven't lost that. I'm glad to hear that. Is it very different in Brazil? Because we've heard in the news some quite terrible stories. Also, my home country, the UK, not doing well either.
Yeah.
Is it completely different there?
Yeah, first of all, Brazil is huge, so it's very hard to contain this craziness. I do believe that also in Brazil we didn't lost the warmth.
Okay.
Because, we are kind of the same, Koreans and Brazilians. We are welcoming and warm. But because we are huge and because we had a lot of bad situations, I think we are more distancing and a little more sad.
Yeah.
But I'm positive that it gets to an end and we all go back to good lives.
I hope so. There is light at the end of the tunnel with the vaccinations coming, right?
Yeah.
And Jerim, when we last saw you, completely different vibe in Korea and atmosphere. No one even had heard of Corona. It wasn't a thing back then. Has it been difficult for you and the performance industry? What's it like doing the Chicago preparations?
For last maybe past year, it was, yes, very difficult in our industry for the staffs and the actors and the producers, for everyone, and even for the audience. They have to go through the show with the full mask on for at least 2.5 hours to longest 3 hours at this theater. And I mean, sticking with all the rules of the self-infection, distancing.
Sure.
And yes, it is a very hard time, but as Tanya said, because we're in such a hard time, the same amount of sticking together, the strength and the belief of we're going to do this, that the
camaraderie, coming together.
Yeah, coming together. The spirit is going up. So there's pros and cons, but yes, we're going through tough times.
Okay, so getting into Chicago then, Jerim, you said and bigged up your role of Billy Flynn, the best attorney out there, the best lawman. You apparently took part in open auditions for this role.
Yes, I did.
Despite being a musical star. I might have given you a free pass if I was in charge. But do you remember the audition well? What was that like? Was there a lot of competition for that role?
Yes, there was. Actually, the auditions for musical is very important for the production because there are individual actors and actresses with great talents, but may not right for the role. So all the staffs in the show have to decide who's more right, not who's better, who's more right for the role. That was the reason I took the auditions, and I remember for me was very nervous. It was very nervous. I normally get excited with auditions, but I was actually nervous.
How come?
I don't know. Thinking about it, maybe I thought at the time I was too young for the role.
You are the youngest, right?
Well, in Korean Chicago history, yes, I am the youngest. But as an actor, I'm not that young anymore. I guess that was one of the reasons. And it was the auditions with the most lines than songs.
So the acting side of things.
Yes, because, well, I am the actor who's more stronger with the singing side. So with the acting side auditions, yes, I was nervous, but I had great fun.
And you got the role. That's why you're here today.
Exactly.
So Tanya, from your director position then, why do you think Jerim is good for that role? What are his strengths?
Well, Jerim, Zev, as I call him, he's a very smart actor and works really hard. And he has a good instinct for the role, although he is young.
Yeah.
But he has good instincts, and also he listens.
Okay.
And he's open to change, to try, to find different ways to play, which is important for Chicago. Just going back to the question about auditions, what he said, sometimes you have an amazing actor, singer, dancer that does all that, but it's a puzzle. You have to make that work with everybody else. So sometimes you think that that person is perfect for the role, but doesn't match with that other one. So we have to make that happen.
Oh, the chemistry is important.
Very important.
Oh, fantastic.
Especially for Chicago, because it's all about them. There's no set changing, there's no costume changing. It's about the actors. So we need to find the right chemistry and the right balance.
Yeah, it's very different to other musicals, especially ones that we featured. I think last year we had Aida, the team from Aida,
Right.
and we were lucky enough, some of us from the staff, to go and see that performance, and the set was very impressive. This is all about the people on stage.
Exactly.
Right? Did you feel some extra pressure, Jerim? And what are some things that we can see potentially in your role of Billy Flynn?
For the specialty of Chicago stage, we only have one, let's say, bandstand, and all the actors just do their dancing and singing on stage without any actual set to use.
Wow.
So audience can really focus on the individual actors,
That must be nerve-wracking.
which is well, yeah, pros and cons. Who like, the actors who love attention love the stage.
Okay, yeah.
So you can really see all the details in the actor's face, in their fingertips, in their words. So you really have to focus on everything you do on stage, even that little one walk. So that's really fun for actors to actually follow those rules and really focus on the acting. And the results, audience gonna really enjoy watching all those details. That is, I guess, the fun of the show, and very challenging for the actors.
Sure, I'm sure you must be right. Maybe for the average person, they might be terrified at that, having all eyes on them. But many, I guess, in that industry might appreciate it. Yes, absolutely.
Getting attention.
You know what? I think at one point, everybody gets that feeling of, it's just me. Even the most experienced actors, because it's very naked.
Sure.
Really.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you can, hide. You're just there, and they're all dressed in black, and you do really see eyes and one finger.
Sure.
And that's Miss Anne Rankin and Mr. Bob Fosse creation of those details and telling the story with less and more important things.
Sure, less is more in many occasions,
more.
right?
Exactly.
Tanya, we're going to play some music, and I believe you've got a song request. You've been to Korea multiple times, and you've managed to choose a Korean artist. So what does this song mean to you? Why did you choose this one?
Well, it's more about the Insuni. I had the immense honor and pleasure to work with her. And she's not only a great artist, but she's an amazing human being. And I really treasure the fact that I had the opportunity to work with her, and I'm a big fan, so that's why I choose her.
Okay, yeah, she'll be perfect in musicals, right, I assume. We're going to play this track, a classic from her, Koi의 꿈, Goose's Dream. So she was one of the early actors in this, in Chicago, in Korea.
I think she was when they did Chicago in Korea in 2000. I think she was the Velma.
Oh, wow, in like the first production.
Yeah. Then when I was here, she came back to play Velma again, I think 2012.
Okay, and then you got to work with her at that point. Fantastic. Cherim, have you ever had the honor of working with Insuni?
No, not quite, but I've seen her show many times.
Oh, wow, yeah. As a fellow singer, is her voice all that?
Well, herself is not about. She's of course a terrific singer, but it's just Insuni itself is defying who she is. Like her personality, her charisma on stage, her work ethic about her actual work.
Sure.
Yeah, she's the person that you can really like respect and look up to. later on.
There's no one quite like her in Korean music, I think, right? We've got lots of your fans, Tania and Jerim, on board. Solish is on YouTube saying, really looking forward to watching Jerim, Billy, and then about 100 exclamation marks. So I imagine she's shouting that.
Thank you.
And a message from Jennifer J.W. Kim, who says, I miss you, Tanya. It's good to see you on the radio. Who's this?
Jennifer was the sharing the role of Roxy last season, 2018, with Ivy. So she was Roxy, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. We've got some celebrity listeners as well.
Love you, Jennifer.
안녕 누나.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, back onto things with Chicago. We've got so many messages. We'll try and save some questions from listeners in part 3. But as Billy Flynn, Jerim, what is the most difficult part of this? Because there was a video, I think, showing behind the scenes.
Yes.
And ventriloquism is something you have to do?
Well, there's this song where Billy Flynn is opening a press conference for Roxy.
Yeah.
And Roxy sort of slips out of the main point. So Billy's trying to get her back on track and making her do everything that he told her to do, which in the show is performed by ventriloquism.
I see. Is that a talent you had in your armory before?
I didn't know I could do that as well. But,
Wow.
but the actual funny thing is,
It's not important.
it's not important because the funny thing about this scene is audience knows that Billy is saying everything
Sure.
that Roxy's saying.
Okay.
So it's fun to see that, but of course it just adds up the spice if you do the ventriloquism.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when Mama introduced this number, she says, notice how his mouth never moves.
Oh.
Almost.
Is that the key word?
Yeah, exactly.
Almost.
So, and that, I don't know why it became a big thing, because he's good at it.
Yeah.
He found a new talent.
I would love to see that in the flesh for the performance itself. So apparently this is already the 15th run of Chicago in Korea, so it must be very popular here. But for listeners who don't know what kind of musical Chicago is, just a quick rundown of the plot and the general points of this musical.
Okay, so Chicago is about the press, the power of the press. Of course, we have Velma Kelly, who is a star, who killed her husband and her sister, so she's in jail. And Roxy, who killed her lover at her house, and also is in jail. Billy Flynn is Velma's lawyer when we start the show.
Okay.
And Roxy learned that and hire him also because she wants to be a star. Not because she wants to get free. She wants to be a star.
It doesn't matter about freedom.
And Billy Flynn is the one who manipulates the press. And the press manipulates the people.
The public.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what happened. He, in that ventriloquism thing, he is manipulating the press to a new version of Roxy's motive for killing. So we see that happen, and then Velma lost a little of her popularity because Roxy becomes more popular, and then when Roxy is very popular, she becomes a little too much, and then we have another killer that kills 4, so it's more important, and the press loves more. Billy becomes her lawyer, and so Roxy loses some popularity, but then Roxy gets an idea and goes back to being popular. She gets to get her trial. She gets free, but she's not about getting free. She wants to be popular. Again, she lost her popularity because something else happens at that time. But she managed to have this idea to make a show with Velma.
Together, the
together.
murderers.
And then the 2 murderers, exactly. And that's how we finish our story. Them, again, manipulating the press and manipulating the people.
Wow, so it sounds like a lot of, dodgy underhand currents here and there. Why do you think it's so popular in Korea, but just globally as well, that kind of story? And in this time, maybe it's more fitting.
It's timeless. If you watch Chicago and you just think, instead of the press as newspapers, but social media, that's it. That's how social media make you a star, and for 1 second, and then makes you nothing next moment. So it's timeless, and all about the girls and the ladies that are, murder of passion and all that. It's timeless. It's everywhere at any time.
Yeah, with social media especially, it probably is the negative headlines that get shared and make you more famous than something positive like saving the world or something like that.
It is, Chicago is, in Chicago 1920s, which was very dangerous place and moment. It was dangerous for real. It's a real story, actually. So it's all those characters are real. It happened.
Oh, the story itself is true.
It's true.
Oh, my
it's
goodness.
based on there was this journalist, a woman, who wrote about crimes of passion for the newspapers, and that became a book about those two characters and more and more.
Oh, wow.
That became a book. That book became a play. The play became a movie called Roxy Hart. And then that became the musical.
Wow.
And that became the
What we have today.
What we have today, yeah.
And it became a movie again, right?
Yeah, it became a movie again, exactly.
Jerim, I know it's morning time, but just like last time, we made you sing for us. It's in your contract if you come to Arirang Daily K. What are you going to sing, and what is this song? Where does it come in the story?
Well, today I prepared a number called All I Care About Is Love, Billy Flynn's first appearance on stage, where he talks about all those material stuff. I don't care. All I care about is love.
Doesn't sound sincere.
Which is total fake.
Oh, wow.
He's all about getting money and all about winning, all about getting his own fame. But that's how he tricks audience, starting off as, I'm a very nice person.
Okay, all right. I think I'm going to believe this if it's coming from your lips, Cherim. So we're going to hear this song from Choi Jae Rim from the musical Chicago.
비싼 물건 따윈 관심 없어. 캐시미어 코트, 다이아몬드 의미 없어. 내겐 오직 사랑뿐. 실크 넥타이 필요 없어. 명품도 보석도 의미 없어. 내겐 오직 사랑뿐. 촉촉한 두 입술로 말해줘요. 그런 여자 있다면 난 백만장자가 된 기분이야. 명품 양복은 관심 없어. 시계도 팔찌도 난 아니야. 내겐 오직 사랑뿐. 바람에 생머리 찰랑찰랑 날리는 그런 여자를 보여줘. 돈은 필요 없어. 행복해. 비싼 자동차 관심 없어. 최고급 시가도 난 아니야. 내겐 오직 그대 괴롭히는 놈 다 잡아놓고 손목을 비틀어 혼을 내는 것. 내겐 오직 사랑뿐.
Wow. At 10:30 in the morning, Jerim. Is that how you start your day every day?
Every time I take a shower, 7:30 in the morning.
That was fantastic. So many of our listeners getting on board. VG saying such an honor to hear this here on the radio. Solish saying 오전 10시부터 이렇게 듣다니 최고. The best thing to hear at 10:30. And with a mask. If you're not watching the video radio, Jerim had his mask on the whole time. Are you practicing then with the mask on?
Well,
What's
these
going
days, maybe I have to. These days, you don't know.
That's unbelievable stuff. The performance itself, though, when there are audience members, is unmasked, I assume.
Yes, on stage, we are unmasked.
Wow, that was unbelievable. What you can do with a mask on, I could not do if I had 100 masks off, I feel. Jae, fantastic stuff.
Thank you.
We have a song request from you. We're going to get into some more listener questions as well in part 3. This is something that you sang on a television show, Masked Singer.
Yes, I did. It was my round 2 selection, and luckily I won.
Fantastic.
And the reason I picked this song was, well, of course, it's a very nice song, and the beat and the rock style of the music, which I always liked when I was a kid. And the drama, Itaewon Class, is a very simple story, but with the very attractive characters. And I really liked it, watching it, and so I picked it.
Fantastic. Let's take a listen. It's Ha Hyun-woo's version. Probably not as good as your version, I'm sure. 돌덩이. There's a bit disappointed that it wasn't your version, but still not bad, nonetheless.
Well, he's the original singer.
Yeah, he should be good at it. 달밤에 춤추는 said, yeah, 최재림's version 들어줬으면 좋겠지만 we can't work you too much. You've got practice later as well. Please. How much singing do you actually do, like at full pelt during the rehearsals?
We try to do it every time with the rehearsals because that's what we're going to do on stage.
Sure.
But of course, you have to pace yourself some period of time. So
right?
when you're first learning the show, you might little pace yourself. But when you're actually going through the scenes and walking through the whole show, you start to really push yourself to the actual like full volume.
You're kind of working
stage.
up to that climax. Fantastic. Loads of messages coming in. Sorry we can't read them all, but a fellow host at Arirang Radio who never listens and never sends in messages says, hello Tanya and Cherim. Thank you for coming to Arirang. I'm a major fan of you guys, especially Cherim. You're my 선배님. Lex is actually an idol singer and is into a few musicals.
Is it Isaac?
Not Isaac. Lex is a guy, a male. Isaac, I'm sure, is a big fan as well, Jenny.
She actually worked. We actually appeared on the same musicals called Spring Awakening in 2010.
Oh, wow. One of our other hosts at 12 p.m. That's fantastic. I'm sure that's Lex's goal to one day stand on the stage with you. He says, 선배님 사랑합니다.
아유, 감사합니다.
I love you, senior Cherim. Rob also says, from the US, your guest's so insightful today. I've seen Chicago countless times, and I never linked it with social media, though. That's fascinating. Appreciate them coming in and highlighting that in this day and age. Yeah, it seems to be keeping up with the trends, despite being what? A musical from the 20th century, right? The early 20th century. That's unbelievable, isn't it? And Will from Canada's on board and says, a question for the guests. Once everyone's cast in their roles, what's the process from there up to the first performance? So how do you go about things? And how long do you have to prepare from like the start of practice?
Oh, yeah. This time we had 5 weeks of rehearsals.
Doesn't sound like that much.
yeah. It's never enough actually. But this time we have 3 Roxys, 2 Billies, 2 Velmas, 2 Mamas. So we need to give them enough time, all of them, enough time to, first of all, build the show. We don't teach the show; we build the show with them, and then give them enough time for them to do what Zev said. After you know the show, run the show, so they can get used to where they can put the whole energy, where they can save energy, how to build stamina to get through the end. So that's why we had 5 weeks of rehearsals, and we just start tech yesterday.
And then what happens with, you've got various actors playing different roles here, playing the same role, in fact. Do the same pairings always appear, or is it different as well?
Different.
How does that work then? Is it a different kind of show depending on who's in it?
It is. It's actually Chicago is always different. Although it's the same, it's always different because it's based on the acting and the actors. So you always feel something different. Especially this time, we have two very different actors playing Billy.
Yeah,
very different, and Roxy's three very different actresses. So we managed somehow, I don't know exactly how, but we did, because they work hard, to have enough time to have runs with all the possible combinations so they can get used and know to listen and really react to a different energy in the scene, because it's always going to be different, right? So
Yes, very different.
very different.
one of the headline-grabbing casting roles was Tiffany Young from Girls' Generation. We've got lots of K-pop fans listening; they'll be interested in that. Jerim, how's the chemistry there?
She's a very lovely person. She works very hard, and of course, she's been in the performing business for a very long time.
Sure.
So she knows how to use her body and herself on stage, and she has this very bright, lovely Roxy. Adorable.
That's her version of it.
It's her version of it. And as a Billy Flynn, dealing with that Roxy is sometimes as like the actor Jerim
Yeah.
gets a little heartbreaking. Oh, I don't want to be too mean to this Roxy. But as Billy Flynn, you gotta
You're just using her. Fantastic. There's so much more we want to talk about, but we're coming towards the end of our time. But one thing many of our listeners, because most of our listeners are from abroad, they're very interested that the musical industry is still going, like live performances still happening. What's it like in the theatre when you're doing it? There's not a full capacity, right?
No, it depends on what kind of social distance stage that you're in.
The government,
Yes,
okay.
right now, if I'm sure, the theater can hold 70% of the whole actual seats. And as an actor who is doing the show in this period of time, I feel very lucky and honored and very, I don't know if I'm right to say privileged.
Oh yes.
On stage. So every time you go into theater to work, you feel, okay, I'm gonna do this right. I'm gonna do this not just for myself, for the industry.
Absolutely, yeah. Everyone wearing their masks as well in the audience, right?
All
Here
the
in
time.
Korea, we're very good about that. Just quickly before you go, I want to let the listeners know you've got a couple of pairs of tickets up for grabs if you want to watch the April 6th performance at 7:30. Chicago 뮤지컬 티켓 원하신 분들 실명하고 전화번호 아니면 메일 주소 보내주세요. 참여 많이 해주세요. 메시지 보드 아니면 카카오톡 Daily K username 있어요. I think I might be applying for these tickets, but it might be wrong if I won. Tanya, last word to our listeners. You've been here so many times. Thanks for paying us a visit.
Oh no, 감사합니다. 진심으로 감사합니다 to everybody for and I hope the whole world. I know the whole world are watching us because Korea is one of the few countries that's keeping live theater alive, and that's very. And every time I go, as Zev said, every time I go to rehearsal or to the stage, I'm grateful and honored to be part of this at this moment, to honor everybody in the industry, in the whole world, in my country, in the U.S., West End. Everybody's not working, and we are. So this is for all of us.
It's very meaningful, isn't it? And,
Yes.
and Jerim, a farewell to our listeners as well.
일단 데일리 K 3년 만에 다시 출연하게 돼서 너무나 반갑고 즐거운 시간이었고요. 저희 모든 배우들, 스태프분들 다 방역수칙 철저히 지켜가면서 공연 열심히 만들고 있으니까 4월 2일부터 7월 18일까지 디큐브 아스센터에서 시카고 공연하니까요. 많은 관심 가져주시고 찾아와 주시기 바랍니다. 감사합니다.
I'm sure you won't have problems selling the tickets. Thank you very much, and hopefully see you again in the future for another performance. Fingers
Thank you,
crossed.
Peter.
Thank you. Here's Taeyeon with Curtain Call.